And we are live, just about 10 minutes away from kickoff here at Paul Tyson Field. Just going to leave this up so people can keep tuning in, but about 7.5 to 10 minutes until kickoff, and we will take a short break and be right back following the national anthem with the ball game. So once again, we will leave it here, and we'll be back in about 4 to 5 minutes with the broadcast. So enjoy the sounds, pregame sounds. Up until then, we will see you in about 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Valor Knights!
You know what spreads faster than any virus? It's fear. Now when it comes to fear, you can either forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. And let me tell you what I believe. I believe we're gonna face everything and rise. No matter what, face everything.
Please rise and remove cover for the singing of our national anthem. please remain standing for our prayer. God, we come to you tonight. We just thank you so much for the sport of football. We thank you so much for these two schools that are coming together in the playoffs. And God, we just pray for protection over all the players and refs and the fans. And we just are so thankful for this time to get to be together. We love you and we praise you, and we ask all this in Jesus' name. Tonight's contest is between your Valor Knights and Kingdom Preparatory.
It is just about that time. The 2025 TAPS playoffs are upon us, and in about 2 minutes we will have kickoff for the Knights' first home playoff game in their young varsity history. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Ben Brown and Jake McCormick with you live from Paul Tyson Field here on the campus of Waco High. And Jake, with an undefeated season this year so far, Knights trying to look to build on that in the playoffs and ultimately push for a state championship. Here we go, just about set for kickoff. The whistles blow, and Lubbock and Kingdom Prep out of Lubbock will onside kick it. Duke Fields near side, spins out of a tackle and pushes across midfield. And the Knights will start inside Warrior territory. Looks about the 37-yard line or thereabouts. And with the Knights here in this first playoff game, we will set the bracket for you a little bit later on. But the winner of this game would play the winner of Amarillo San Jacinto Christian and Greenville Christian. So those are the two opponents to watch for the Knights. Here's a handoff. James Hoagland running far side, and a solid tackle by a Warrior defender right at the line of scrimmage. Bottles James up, and it brings up second down here on this play. Knights going tempo, wearing white helmets with the blue jerseys and then white pants. Here's Bear, play action, wants to take a shot deep, sideline, and incomplete. It was intended for Connor McFarling down near the end zone, but broken up by Max Cruz, the junior. And Jake got the good start on defense for Kingdom Prep, something we've seen very few teams able to do to Valor this year.
I think so. I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of adversity Valor is going to have to push through this game, especially coming out of a 10-0 record with several games that, like the last game, were just blowouts. And so it's interesting to see how a tough defense will affect them.
Yeah, it is. Here's a pass. Bear hit as he threw, but is complete. Duke on the near side. Oh, spins out of a tackle to fall forward for about 3 extra yards. He's still short of the line to gain inside the 30, so now the Knights are at the Warriors' 28, it looks like. They'll go tempo, fourth down here, an early fourth down. Fourth down about 7. Ooh, may have jumped off sides. It is a free play. Shot deep down the field and incomplete for Bear, but the penalty flag on the field, and this should move it forward about 5 yards. And that will, I think it'll still be fourth down here. Yes, it looks like it will be, but the Knights will have a lot less territory to try and cover. And Jake, big fourth down early, sets the tone if you get this, and we'll see what they're able to do here. Let's give you the weather at kickoff. 74 degrees in Waco. We are under the lights completely down on this turf field here at Paul Tyson at Waco High. And 74 degrees, dipping into the low 70s throughout the night. Great football conditions. Handoff, Duke up the middle and close to the line to gain. He may be short. We'll see where they spot it, and they will say short. So wow. Kingdom Prep gets the stop. And Jake, that might be the first stop the Knights haven't scored a touchdown on in weeks. Knights have been a really good offensive unit. There was an article in the Waco Trib the other day about Valor and Wind, about how much they like to throw the ball. And we saw Valor come out and throw the ball a little bit, but ultimately we ran the ball a good chunk, gave it to Duke there on the handoff straight ahead, and he just couldn't get it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see how Valor's defense is going to respond. They're not going to take that lightly, and they're going to want to get the ball back, but they're also going to have to make sure they don't take a score because they want to keep it close.
Yeah, they do. Pass complete here to Hutch Overton on the catch. Freshman near the line to gain. Looks like about 4 yards shy. Brings up second down and about 5, we'll say here, and this is a good start for Kingdom Prep. If you're going to beat the Knights, you need to come out fast, and with 8.5 minutes to play in the first quarter, the Warriors sure have done that. Had to make the drive all the way down from Lubbock, so don't envy their position, but they've come out firing, getting off that bus, and we'll see if the Knights are able to counter here on defense. Snap back, quarterback in the shotgun. Fakes, pumps, now looks, he's going to go downfield and incomplete. Ooh, man, had beaten Matthew Schlappy on the far side, but the pass overthrown a little bit, and it falls down incomplete, brings up 3rd down. Looks like the quarterback for Kingdom Prep, maybe Jacob Farmer. It's either Jacob Farmer, Max Cruz, or Hutch Overton, so we'll try figure that out, but we'll see. I mean, their playmakers have stepped up so far, and on 3rd down and about 5, let's see what they do. It does look like it's Jacob Farmer, a freshman back there. This team relies on a lot of freshmen. Oh, here's a pitch last minute, and he breaks the tackle, and a 1st down and more. Wow. It was kind of a fumbled pitch there from the quarterback to his runner. Looked like Lincoln Riddle, the junior, gets the carry there and is able to get about 10, good enough for the 1st.
I think this is an area that Valor's going to really have to dig in deep and push through this offense. This offense has come out firing. They've had a very long drive out here. I'm sure they don't just want to come and get 45. They're going to really want to hammer down the Knights' defense. But the coaching staff and the players out there are going to do a great job of being able to read the situation and continue on through the game, making sure they're getting stops.
Yeah, a long drive from Lubbock, as you mentioned, and Valor, according to 6manfootball.com, Valor favored by 44, but you don't want to get hung up in those projections, and this is going to be a good playoff game here in round 1. Scrambling out, this is Farmer. Going to have to heave it downfield and out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Do not see a flag, so no intentional grounding on the play. But instead of 1st and 15, it'll now be 2nd down and 15 following the incompletion. Good smart play there from the quarterback to just get rid of that football. Saw nothing. You see a lot of teams try to force stuff against this Knights defense. And they're at their best when this Knights defense is at their best when teams are trying to be like too perfect on them. But here it's just a good play. Kingdom Prep, and they live to fight another down. Now back. This is Farmer. Cannon Smith on pressure. Farmer scrambles. Now he will be brought down in the backfield. 3-yard loss. Credit Cannon Smith with the sack. And the Knights have their 1st sack of the playoffs this year. And it brings 3rd down, about 19 upcoming now with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. So Cannon records a sack. And that pushes them back a little bit. Positive yardage so big in 6-man football. And so far, Kingdom Prep, a good first series of plays. The first 3 were good, got the 1st down, we're moving. And then now the 2nd series, they've been unable to really get anything going. Here we go, 3rd down and long. It is Farmer, takes it out, drop back, pressure, gets it out. This is Overton near side, brought down a good tackle by Luke Curtis here on the near sideline. And he is brought down about the 25-yard line, a good 7 yards shy of the line to gain. But Jake, I mean, as you know, you played last year, 7 yards is not a difficult task per se in 6-man.
Absolutely not. 6 minutes is an explosive game. You could be 4th and 50 and still convert a 1st down. I've seen a lot of instances where we're on the 20-yard line and touchdowns off a run play. And commonly and often. So 6 minutes is an explosive game, and I wouldn't put it past the offense to be able to convert this 4th down.
Yeah, agreed. This is, looks like we may have had a penalty there on the last play as the ref did move the ball forward to the 21. So I don't know what that was about, maybe a penalty on the Knights, but it's 1st down for Kingdom Prep. Here's a pass, incomplete on 1st down and 15, and it brings up 2nd down and 15 here. As we apologize for any buffering that we may have on the broadcast. The computer, the internet is not happy today, so apologize for that. But we will hopefully stay on the air and just apologize for any buffering that may have the technical side. It can be iffy sometimes, but we appreciate you being with us here on this Friday evening. Fans still trickling in here at Paul Tyson Field into the Knights. Pitch back. This is Riddle near the line and absolutely bottled up there. Right at the line of scrimmage at the Knights 20. And brings up 3rd down and 15 upcoming. So another opportunity for the Knights to get these Warriors off field here with just over 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And sometimes playoff games are high scoring. We had one last year against Holy Cross that both teams were in triple digits. And sometimes you see them in the high 70s. Also had a playoff game last year. Sometimes you see them in the 50s. You never know what final score is going to be, but you just want to rack up points. And more often than not, when this next team gets in a shootout, they're going to win it. Here's quarterback, drops back, fires, quick pass, complete near side, and very close to the marker. Looks like 4 yards shy. The pass is complete to Hogan Riddle, the freshman hauls it in, and it'll bring up 4th down and manageable. Here you go, Jake. Looks like 4th down and about 3. It's a conversation we're just having, and we'll see if Kingdom Prep's able to convert here as Mr. Hoagland playing the PA now. So doing a good job down there getting this crowd hyped. Love to see that. And can the Knights get a stop? So far, Kingdom Prep got a stop, and this game may come down to who gets the most stops. Remember, we had a couple games last year where maybe one stop ball game decided it.
Yep.
Here we go, 4th down and 3 inside the Knights 10. Wants to fire quick. Now, end zone, back of it. Oh, and it's caught. Touchdown, Kingdom Prep. Max Cruz hauls it in. His first receiving touchdown of the game. Jacob Farmer to Max Cruz for the touchdown. A well-executed play there. Looked like a run. He dropped back, and then back of the end zone just lofted it over Duke's head for 6. So this may be one. This Kingdom Prep team not ranked highly. We'll get to some of that a little bit later in the broadcast. Not ranked highly by outlets, but man, I mean, sometimes rankings can't quantify a fight. And when you get to, and then when you get to a playoff game, man, it's anybody's ball game, and that's sure what has happened here. It is David Pendergrass out there here to try and kick. So we'll see if he's able to knock it through for 2 points. The snap hold, that's a good kick. Oh, but it sails right, it looked like, and it is no good. From the angle, it looks like a strong kick, but sails right, no good. And Jake, what do you think Coach Bird's going to come out with on this next series for the Knights on offense?
I think he's going to get a lot more passing plays, and something we didn't see a lot of in the last drive. But I think he's going to be able to kind of figure his way up past this Kingdom Prep defense, especially now that he's got a good look at what they're going to do against the Valor offense. And I think that they're going to set up some explosive plays. They're one to hold a grudge, and I think Coach Bird definitely wants to move them down the field quickly, and he wants to get that defense back on to make stop.
Yeah, you better believe it. And we'll see what the Knights are able to do here on offense. Kingdom Prep going to get set to kick it off, and we will see what the Knights are able to do. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on this Friday evening. We apologize for any buffering that may happen, and we will hopefully get that figured out throughout the night. But thanks for tuning in as the onside kick will just go out of bounds. Wise move by Duke there to let it bounce out there at about the 35. Since it goes out of bounds, likely will be a penalty added on to this. And the Knights will have good field position to start here with 4:49 on the clock, first quarter, trailing by a score of 6-0. Knights in the huddle getting set for their second offensive drive. It is Bear, Duke, James, Bennett, Connor, and Aiden Murray out there on offense for the Knights, and we'll see what they're able to do. We'll see if they go run. We'll see if they pass here. But from midfield, Bear drops back. Here we go, looking. It is caught, and Herman with the comeback route about 3 yards shy of the marker. Good play there, and productive yards. The Knights just keep getting yards, and solid looks like about a 12-yard gain there. Maybe a 10-yard gain. We'll say 10-yard gain to the 30-yard line. As now got looks like a stoppage of play here. It has something to do with the ball. Looks like we will switch balls. So new ball in play here at the Warriors 30-yard line. Knights on offense looking to punch it in. They trail 6-0. They were stopped on 4th down on their first drive, got this spot in the field, and then Kingdom Prep drove down, was able to score, but did miss the 2-point kick. Here's Bear, fires it, and air nails Connor. They're on the pop-out bubble route to the side, and so that's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and about 5 here. This offensive unit just doesn't look quite as sharp as I think you'd like here in the playoff game coming out. And they just haven't been able to really connect on much other than that pass a minute ago there to Bennett, but we'll see what they can do 3rd down. Here he fires. James Hoagland over the middle, catch 1st down and more. Makes a man miss, lowers the shoulder, still pushing and brought down inside the 10 near the 6 for a valid 1st down. Great play there for James on the catch, and he moves the sticks.
That's a great hug play by James. Just when he's going down, he keeps on going, lowers the shoulder, push through.
Here's another play. Knights go tempo. Duke, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown for the Knights for Duke there. And a nice play there. Jake, what'd you see?
I think he did a great job of being able to read it. He kind of backtracked on his original route, but was able to push through. And I think coming up on this kick, that's going to make a big difference if Kingdom Prep can't hold on to their kicks when they do score. Valor's done a really consistent job of making those extra 2 points. And over the course of the game, if this is a high-scoring game, every 2 points is going to make a difference here. So this is where it's going to start. Yeah, it will. Matthew out there for the kick. Snap, hold, kick, and it's good. So Matthew puts it through there, and he is now 1 of 1
on kicks, so Matthew puts it through for 2. And so the Knights take the 8-6 lead. So good touchdown there from Duke. And the Knights do take the lead. Once again, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick with you here on the broadcast from Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High. And we say thanks for tuning in here on this Friday night. We've kind of gotten used to Thursday nights, but back on Friday night, always good to have the weekend in front of you. Just go out there and play some ball under the lights. Great atmosphere here. Knights crowd still trickling in. A lot of parents, a lot of grandparents in the stands. As we also apologize for any buffering that may happen. Broadcast technical side is not the strong suit, but we are trying, and hopefully it'll get better throughout the night. But it may be in and out, choppy or buffering. So I do apologize for that. 8-6 lead. Valor holds it. 2-point lead with 3:59 on the clock, first quarter. The Knights have regained the lead after trailing for the better part of the quarter, and Kingdom Prep will be out there for their second drive. We're able to score a touchdown their first time. As here's a line drive by Matthew. It was maybe touched by a Kingdom Prep receiver or returner there, but then the guy at the back was able to fall on it. And so they'll get the ball. Knights back them up here. So good field position for the Knights defense, as they will spot the ball inside the 20. So they'll have to go plus 60 yards. They'll spot it at about the 18. If you're new to six-man football, it's an 80-yard field instead of the traditional 100-yard field. It's also shrunk in from the sidelines. Your traditional two-point conversion is worth 1. The kick is worth 2. And so those are the main differences. Also, 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. And this 1st and 15 pass falls incomplete. And it brings up 2nd down and 15 here. And so the Knights, mentioned earlier, wearing white helmets, blue tops, and then white pants. Kingdom Prep wearing navy blue helmets, white jerseys, and navy blue pants. Their helmets have their gold logo on it, but it's kind of a chrome look, so it kind of sparkles under the light. Cool helmet design for Kingdom Prep there. 2nd down, quarterback roll out, wants to throw downfield, tipped in the air and incomplete. Ooh, nearly caught, nearly intercepted. Both likely outcomes there. So it looked like Luke Curtis in coverage there was able to get a hand on the pass, but then it popped up in the air. Receiver nearly came down with it, and if he had Jake, he might have been gone. But ultimately, a good play by Luke.
Yeah, I think that's a scary play for both sides, because you're watching somebody almost pick it off and take it back, but you're also watching a one-hit play for a touchdown happen right in front of your eyes. And so I think it worked out, not necessarily in either team's favor, but worked out well for Valor too.
Yeah, I think Valor will definitely take the incomplete pass. Here's a deep throw, middle throw actually, rather. It's complete. Shy of the line to gain. Good tackle by Matthew Schlappe on the pass, complete to Hogan Riddle. And he is dropped maybe 5 to 6 yards shy of the marker here. And it brings up, 4th down and about 5 upcoming with about 3:20 on the clock, first quarter. And this is a big possession here, big drive. Kingdom Prep trying to answer the Knights touchdown. Knights offense, once it gets going, can be really, really lethal. And Kingdom Prep just trying to stay in this game. You can see them huddling up, trying not to get in a shootout if they can with these Knights. But this is a big 4th down. We'll see what they're able to do here. Quarterback in the shotgun, takes the snap, Knights blitz, free blitzer Cannon, and he nearly brings him down, and now he does. Flag comes in from the backside, though. We will see what this is about. Big sack there from Cannon Smith on the quarterback, Jacob Farmer, but we do have a flag, and that was an aggressive tackle by Cannon, but the flag came in from the back, the farthest official downfield, so we'll see what this is about. And we'll see what the penalty is.
Which could be a big penalty for Valor if they can.
Oh, looks like holding on the defense, and so that's going to convert another 4th down. Jake, that's the second penalty for the Knights today that's given Kingdom Prep a 1st down on a 4th down attempt. Coach Bird's not going to be super happy about that, but at this point, all the defense can do is dig in and then try to get another stop. Here's the quarterback, heavy pressure again, and number 5 will finally just throw it out of bounds there as It is Farmer getting rid of it, incomplete, and it will bring up 2nd down and 15. Coach Bird and Coach Christie are sending the pressure very aggressively, sending the pressure. They blitzed 3 guys that time and making the quarterback to force a quick read in there. And if he can't, ultimately ends up throwing it away. Good outcome for the Knights. So we'll see what they're able to do. You got anything?
I think the Valor Knights did a great job of keeping pressure on the wide receivers so those guys could blitz, because I think we saw this when the Valor was on offense, is they sent Kingdom Prep sent a couple guys to blitz, and there were several guys who were just wide open because they were able to slip just right through that blitz for a dump off. And so I think that's something that Valor did well with that play.
Yeah, agreed there. Man motion's out right. 2nd down and 15. Snap goes back. Farmer has time and airmails his receiver. Single coverage. Luke Curtis there on the coverage intended for Hogan Riddle, the freshman. And ultimately that will bring up 3rd down and 15 coming here. And we'll see what the Knights are able to do on defense. We'll see what the Warriors are able to come out with on offense here. Big down for the Warriors. Kingdom Prep finished 4th in the D3 District 1, but that is a stacked district. When we get to halftime, we'll talk about the bracket a little bit more. But there are 3 teams in the playoffs ahead of them in that bracket, in that district, so loaded district there. And they were 1 and 2 in that district, so able to pull out a win. That tells you something. Nearly a sack for the Knights. Quarterback has all day and finally throws it out of bounds. So Knights, looks like, do we have a flag? Maybe a late hit on the Knights. Looks like maybe Cannon might get hit with that penalty there, as Knights were, once again, Jake, sending pressure. Clearly the adjustment, the game plan here is to just harass Jacob Farmer in the backfield. Forced another incompletion, but it is a late hit on, looks like, probably Cannon. So the Knights, once again, 3rd penalty of the game, and that will give Kingdom Prep a 1st down, I believe, on the 15-yard penalty. So Knights kind of wounding themselves in the foot here with these penalties, but I'm going to have to clean that up. It's hard to win a playoff game with penalties, but you know the coaches are gonna be on top of that, and hopefully the Knights can get that cleaned up here as they lead by 2 with 2.5 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. Mentioned earlier some rankings. Kingdom Prep ranked 122nd in Texas according to Max Preps, 103rd according to sixmanfootball.com. For comparison, Valor ranked top 35 in both of those rankings. Here's a deep ball and winding incomplete. Way overthrew Hogan Riddle. Luke Curtis getting tested in coverage here for the Knights on a defense, and able to lock down there, forcing the pass thrown over his head. You got to think here for Kingdom Prep, if they can get one of these little dump off screens, it could go a long way. Knights are sending a lot of pressure. We'll see how they counter that. Here we go. Knights on defense. 2nd down and 15 from the 27-yard line for Kingdom Prep. Knights have a 2-point lead with 2.5 minutes to play here in the 1st quarter of this playoff game. Pass once again sailed over the head of the intended receiver. That time Lincoln Riddle incomplete off the fingertips of Luke Curtis. Nearly had a pick. You could hear the crowd's reaction there, and it brings up 3rd down and 15. Knights DBs are getting their hands on some of these balls and knocking them to the turf, nearly intercepting them. I think Luke's forced probably 3 or 4 pass breakups already in coverage. So 3rd down and 15, big down here for Kingdom Prep if they want to get closer to the marker to try and convert on a 4th down and manageable. And Jake, I will say the resiliency of this Knights team is going to be tested here in this game, and already being tested early, went down early here in this one. Big 3rd down, quarterback drops back, pressure again from the Knights. Farmer gets rid of it this time, complete to his center, and he gets about 6 before he's wrangled to the turf. Hutch Overton gets the catch there, and the Knights wrap him up about 9 yards shy of the marker of the line to gain, and it brings up 4th down here for the Warriors. Want to say thanks for tuning in here. Low 70s with a little bit of a breeze here on this Friday night under the lights. It's playoff football. first round of the TAPS 2A D3 playoffs, and the Knights are trying to come out with a win, trying to run the table, get to the state championship. Jake, what have you seen in this team so far this season?
I think I've seen some really aggressive defensive backs. They just done a really great job. And playing as a defensive back, practices and stuff like that myself, they train a lot of aggressiveness and making sure that they get to the ball first and really not letting anything pass them.
Yeah, they do. Here's a run near side, very close to the first down. And they will say
short.
Oh, ooh, that's very close. Looks like now they're going to give it. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. Oh, man. That was the snap came to the running back who pitched it back to the quarterback, I believe. It might have been the other way around. But then he just took off near side, just got it. Looks like about a yard past the line to gain as the ball now at the 10. And, Jake, that was a good run. That's something they've done well is Knights sent a lot of pressure again, and they were able to get to the outside this time and ultimately get a first down. This is one of the better offensive performances I've seen against this Knights team recently. I mean, Knights really haven't been tested recently. Here's a low snap. It's a fumble. It's on the turf. And let's see who recovers it. It is Kingdom Prep who recovers. Number 25, Lincoln Riddle, falls on the football. But nonetheless, they keep the football, but it backs them up 15. And they're now at or rather 14, as they're now, it looks like the 24-yard line. We'll see if that can give this Knights team some momentum here as they try to get a defensive stop, hold them to no points here on this drive. If you're wondering about field goals a very, very rare occurrence in six-man. If you've got a good kicker, sometimes coaches will try it, but more often than not, like Jake alluded to earlier in the broadcast, teams will just go for it. A lot better chances to get it with that. So that is where we sit in that realm. Here's another pass incomplete over the middle of the field intended for Hogan Riddle, and it falls to the turf, incomplete. So once again brings up third down and goal from the 24. Jake, another third down opportunity for the Knights here. Do you think they continue to bring pressure or drop everybody back?
I think from what I've seen of the Valor defense, I think they're doing a great job. They've just been a little sloppy on the fouls. There might have been some inconsistent calling, but that's just up to opinion. But they have been called, and so I think Valor's going to have to be careful of these third down places where they've been giving up a lot of room and giving up huge drives.
Agreed. They blitz two over the middle. Oh, nearly picked off. Bennett Herman this time in coverage, knocked it to the ground, and it brings up fourth down and very long here. Assuming Kingdom Prep will go for it, it does look like that here, but another opportunity. They're slinging it deep, and they're trying to test this Knights secondary deep. And so far, it has not come to fruition for the Warriors with 17 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 8-6. Knights have the lead. As we say thanks for tuning in here on this Friday evening. Fourth down and long. Here we go. Fourth down and goal. Need a touchdown for the first down. Gonna fire it deep, and that will be incomplete on the far side. Falls to the ground, and the Knights will take over following the turnover on downs. A good stop there for the Knights, and they will take over in their own territory. First down and 15. Great stop there for Valor. Just about to the end of the first quarter, as we've got 9 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Probably one more play here, and the Knights have a 2-point lead. 8 points is probably the fewest they've put up all year in the first quarter, but really all you need to do is win. Just advance to that next round of the playoffs, keep it moving, and we will see if they are able to do that. Looks like we may have a timeout here on the field. As I want to shout out some people listening, want to shout out parents back at home for tuning in. Always thankful for their support, helping me out with the technical side of things, helping us get some feedback, but always thankful for them. Also thankful for all of you out there tuning in here for this playoff game. If you're wondering about what the schedule may look like going forward, if the Knights win this game, it would go to a neutral site next week. If they win that, another neutral site, and then it would be the state championship right here in Waco at a Waco ISD Stadium, the big stadium that Waco High and University share. Hosts a lot of TAPS championship events, and so that'll be a great opportunity if the Knights are able to get there. Got to win this one first, got to win the next one, and just keep stacking W's here as we play on. Bunch formation here for the Knights. Bear in the backfield. Snap. He will roll now. Plants. Fires. Sideline. Caught. Duke with the catch. Up the sideline. One man to beat. He stiff arms him. Still going. Oh, nice tackle. Oh, and we've got a flag here. We'll see what this is as Max Cruz brought him down there on the tackle. Duke down to the 10-yard line. 10 yards shy of the goal line with 0 seconds to go in the first quarter. And let's see if we are able to get this penalty here. Looked like it may have been on Kingdom Prep. Maybe an aggressive tackle there. It seemed pretty clean to me, but the penalty is on Kingdom Prep. So it'll be first down Knights. It'll be first down and goal when we return from the 5-yard line. At the end of a quarter, the Knights have the lead. It's a 2-point advantage, 8-6. Don't go anywhere. The TAPS 2A D3 playoffs continue after this. We'll take a short break. Stay right here. Music plays here as we are just about set for the second quarter here in round one of the TAPS 2A D3 playoffs. A home game for the Valor Knights here at Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High. And we are happy to be bringing it to you live. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick here live from the press box here at Paul Tyson. And Jake, following a quarter of play that certainly not the Knights' prettiest. They'll want to put that behind them, but they have the lead 8-6. They're at the 5-yard line. One play here could potentially give them the touchdown. What is important for these Knights to keep moving forward?
I think they got to rein in the fouls that they were having because that gave up. I mean, that last drive seemed like it lasted forever because of the amount of times that they held them to a 4th down and they just couldn't keep it. But I also think they're going to have to dig in deep. Wow. Go ahead, Ben.
Touchdown for Bennett Herman there. Looked like pass complete from Bear to Bennett for the touchdown. And the Knights are able to put 6 more on the board, and it bumps their lead up to 14-6. So Bear checks in with his first passing touchdown of the game, I believe, and then it was Bennett Herman on the other end. What did you see there, Jake, on the touchdown?
I think Bennett did a great job of hurling himself into that end zone. It looks like he kind of flew in, had great hustle going in. It looks like Matthew's going to make this kick, which is just going to slowly chip away at that score and really get him some good extra points.
Yep, keeps adding. 16-6 now, a 2-score game as Valor holds the lead over the Kingdom Prep Warriors from Lubbock, Texas. Some common opponents they played. Actually, it's only one, but both teams have played Wichita Christian this year. Kingdom Prep played them at the beginning of the year and beat them 62-0. Knights obviously played them last week, beat them 64-0. So very similar scores there against Wichita Falls. Shows you these teams can be very close. The rankings have distance in them, but ultimately it's a playoff game. Can't take anybody for granted. Got to keep pushing on and just take whoever the opponent is that week and then try to go get the dub and keep moving on forward. Some stats on the year. James leads the team with 40 receiving touchdowns, also has 699 yards. Or I said 40 receiving touchdowns, sorry. 40 catches. 40 receiving touchdowns would be insane. 40 catches for 10 touchdowns and about 700 yards for James. And then Connor leading the team in yards with 803 and then 17 touchdowns, also the team lead. 38 catches for him. So a couple of the leaders on offense, and then Bear with over 3,000 passing yards has done a great job leading the way. Here's a line drive kick. Good catch there, fielded by the Kingdom Prep ball carrier. It was Aiden Sheets, the sophomore, fielding that on special teams. And from about the 30-yard line, Kingdom Prep will go on offense here. See Duke, Seth, James, Luke, Bennett, and Matthew out there on defense. Some injuries for the Knights. No Parker Jones and no Jack Carnes. Jack's been out the whole year dealing with knee issue, and then Parker, a shoulder issue, has sidelined him for the remainder of the season. But other than that, Knights are healthy. And obviously, Cademan and then Coach Martin doing a great job with the training aspect of that and the health aspect. So really grateful for them and for helping our players out on that front. Here's a snap back. Farmer. Actually, that's not Farmer. That is Lincoln Riddle throwing the football, and his pass falls incomplete. Physical play broken up by Luke Curtis, intended for Hogan Riddle. So we've now seen Lincoln Riddle and Jacob Farmer play that QB role so far. And 6-man, sometimes it's best when you have 2 guys that can sling the rock. So, I mean, obviously, we've seen the Knights with a couple of trick plays throughout the year where Connor or Duke will throw it. But when you have a dual threat, that can be something that is very valuable in 6-man. 2nd down and 15 from the 30. Here is snap, man in motion. That's Riddle. Riddle takes off. Now it's the other Riddle. He will fire. Pass looks like it's complete. Physical hit from Luke, and now help the man up. So good to see there. It was complete to Hogan Riddle, but a flag flew on the near side. The ref threw that up in the air. You could see it. Yeah. And we'll see what the penalty is. It was a 5-yard gain if it stands. They did not whistle it dead, so maybe an offsides penalty of sorts. We will see what they rule here. But the pass was complete to the 35, so it'd be 5 yards shy of midfield. It'd be 3rd down and 10, depending on what the penalty is. As we will see here. Looks like maybe no penalty. Maybe an illegal block. I think it was an illegal block. Believe that's what they will call. So they will back the football up 5 yards. Now the officials are talking. I believe it was an illegal block. That looked like the sign our official made, although, yep, looks like they'll back it up 5 yards and replay the down. So it'll be 2nd down and about 20 now following the penalty. 9:43 to play here in the in the second quarter, rather. Here's the passer looking Riddle over the middle. trying to find the other Riddle. Incomplete. Luke Curtis, another physical play on defense. And talking about Luke, the second leading total tackler on this Knights team this year. He's maybe up for the most improved since last year on defense. What have you seen from Luke this year that's really impressed you?
I think he's been really feisty. As you've seen in other plays, there's a couple plays where he just finishes through. Could be a late hit, but I don't think so. I think that's just hustle, getting through to the ball. It's nothing that's any cheap, but it's just a lot of aggressiveness. I think he's done a great job of doing that throughout the year I've seen.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better in pass coverage, and that is an example. Here we go, 3rd down and 20. It is Riddle looking, pump fakes, now takes off, now cuts back. James in the backfield, playing games, now looking, running right, and he'll get about 2 before he's ran out of bounds by James. Good play in the backfield there from James Hoagland to chase the quarterback around and ultimately cause him to only get about 3 yards. And it brings up 4th down and long. Here we go. 4th down and about 17 upcoming following the 3-yard gain there on the run. And really, I think the Knights here, you're just trying not to have a penalty. We've seen several 4th downs already converted for Kingdom Prep via a Valor penalty, and with 9.5 minutes to play in the first half. Knights just really trying to avoid that here as they are on defense. Here we go from the 33. Knights bring 2, and Cannon Smith, a free rusher, nearly sacks the quarterback. Time, though, fires, and incomplete, a high throw, and it is incomplete. Intended for Blake Ramsey, the freshman on the far side. Looked like James Hoagland in coverage, and the pass just sailed over his head.
As Cannon was going in, it looked like that Kingdom Prep blocker went for like a little chop block maybe. Just missed him, and Cannon was really able to break through there. Just couldn't hang on to him. Yeah,
Cannon really affecting the passer there. He's done a good job at that, blitzing for this Knights squad this year. He's been good as a freshman. Here we go. It'll be 1st down and 15 for the Knights inside Warrior territory. Bear motions James. Play action pitch to Duke. Fires James. Short. James has 5 and now about 7 yards on the play. We'll just say 5. So 5-yard gain there for James. Brings up 2nd down and 10 here for the Knights, just trying to get more yards. Just keep chipping away as we fall under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Bear drops back. 2nd down. He wants to go deep. Now he does. Caught. Bennett Herman on the sideline. He breaks a tackle and runs it on into the end zone. So Bennett with his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. Bear with his 2nd passing touchdown of the ball game. And the Knights are able to score again. Bumps the score up to 22-6 now with 8:46 left here in the half. Matthew Schlappe looking to add 2 more, but Bennett adds 2 more touchdowns to his season total. Bumps him up to 17 now, and that is tied for the team lead here. So 2 receiving touchdowns for Bennett, and the Knights continue to motor on. Here's Matthew Schlappe for the kick. Snap, hold, kick is good. So up and through, and Matthew is now 3 of 3 on PAT opportunities. Those points important. 6 points now on the board from Matthew's leg, and the Knights have a 24-6 lead now, an 18-point advantage for Valor. Jake, now that the regular season has concluded, would you say there was a favorite game, favorite moment, or just a really good player that stood out to you in the regular season?
I think Bear's done a great job at quarterback. I think there's moments where you can kind of see he has to force some things because of pressure, or there's instances where he might have to get something up. But I think he's done a really good and consistent job being able to place passes with his wide receivers, because the wide receivers just do a great job of getting open, being in space, but he makes great decisions, getting people, leading the passes to where they need to be, and converting those big plays.
Indeed, yeah, Bear's been good. I think the defensive unit overall has probably made a massive step from where they were last year. Last year, routinely in shootouts, upper double digits, even into triple digits sometimes. But the defense this year has really clamped down, and Coach Chris has done a great job at leading that unit as well. Matthew Schlappe getting set to kick off here for the Knights, and Back deep to return for Kingdom Prep. It looks like it may be Blake Ramsey. They've also got their men up front as Matthews kicked it short all 3 times so far today. This one, a little lob. They'll let it bounce and then fall on it. It is Lincoln Riddle falling on it there for Kingdom Prep. And from their own 27, it'll be first down and 15. And Kingdom Prep really looking for a score here, showing by 18. They're not out of it. Nobody's really ever out of it until it goes final here in 6-man. But this is a big drive. You could really strike back at the Knights here if they're able to score. They've shown flashes. I mean, we've seen teams this year that have showed flashes of moving the ball, and then the Knights defense has adjusted. So far, we've seen pressure against Jacob Farmer and Lincoln Riddle. So we've seen pressure against both, and we'll see what Coach Bird elects to do here with 8:46 on the clock, second quarter here for the Knights.
Yeah, and I think that rush has been really effective tonight. Even if they were able to get passes off, it was extremely rushed and pressured. And a sack.
Yep, you see it again. Seth Flowers with a sack. They brought James, Seth, and Duke there on the play. They're not just blitzing D linemen either, blitzing linebackers, blitzing those Wills, those Sams. Saw Duke there on the blitz, James also, and then Seth ultimately up the middle, able to bring the quarterback down all the way back at the 15-yard line. So that'll bump him back about 12 yards, and it brings up second down and about 27 now. So moving backwards. When Kingdom Prep's completed passes, they've been good, but ultimately the Knights' penalties has kind of kept them in this game, I'd say. They've converted some fourth downs for them via penalties, but Kingdom Prep not out of it. I mean, they're a good team. Made it to the playoffs, obviously. They'll look to respond here. Pass complete, near side, caught number 4. That is Max Cruz, the junior. Already has a receiving touchdown on the year, or on the day today, I should say. And it brings up third down and long here, but productive yards for Kingdom Prep.
And I think 6 minutes is a quick game. So like you were saying, they're certainly not out of this. They're only about 20 points down, and so they can change that really quickly, especially if they stay in for the second half.
Indeed, yeah. Obviously, it looks like too early to tell, but Knights have had a lot of games this year where they've 45 to team by halftime, 45 the mercy rule. Obviously, the playoffs, that is less likely to happen, but ultimately, this is a good team. And when the games go to the second half, we've seen the Knights struggle to sometimes put away teams, and we'll see if they're able to do that here today. Oh, James in the backfield, and that's a fumble, it looks like. They're going to say an incomplete pass. Fumble was recovered by Kingdom Prep, but the incomplete pass means they will not lose any yardage on the play. But once again, Valor brought 3 guys, and then they're dropping 3 back in coverage and pretty much daring Kingdom Prep to make a pass completion. And here on 4th and 19, we'll see if they're able to do that downfield. The last 4th and long, they were unable to convert. We'll see what they have here, as it looks like Jacob Farmer and Lincoln Riddle both in the backfield. Here's the snap. It is Riddle. Riddle blitzed, in trouble, and he's about to go down. Fires incomplete to the turf, and that's a turnover on downs. The Knights defense stingy again as they're able to force the turnover on downs, forcing the incompletion there. And that'll bring up first down and 15 in good field position for this Valor offense. Here they will start at the Warriors' 24-yard line. So with 6:56 to go, Knights hold a 24-6 lead and an 18-point advantage here. So far, 2 passing touchdowns for Bear, 2 receiving touchdowns for Bennett. Cannon has a sack, and ultimately Matthew 3 of 3 on kicks. Also seen Seth with a sack. So the sacks have been good, and then there's been pressure on just about every play.
I think with the exception of that first drive, Valor's done an incredible job of getting to the backfield, getting into the pocket, and really making that quarterback think and force decisions.
Agreed. Here's a deep shot. Bennett in the end zone. Oh, and he head-topped him. That is a touchdown for the Valor Knights as Bear fires a shot deep. And Bennett Herman with a hat trick now, his 3rd touchdown of the game. Bear with his 3rd touchdown passing-wise of the game. And that was just a one-on-one shot. Can our guy beat your guy? And Bennett sure did. He's had a really nice game. That pushes him into the team lead for touchdowns on the year with 18 now for the Knights as Matthew Shoppy looks to add 2 more, but a great throw from Bear. Bennett high points it, and it is good. The kick also good, and it brings the lead up 32-6 now as Matthew has been perfect on his kicks so far today, and with 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Knights crowd, we've maybe seen better, but a really good turnout from the parents, the grandparents, and some students in the house as well. So great to see them out here, and then also a good section from Lubbock, Kingdom Prep. Lubbock's a long way away, and the Kingdom Prep faithful coming out to cheer their squad on it as well. So good to see them out here supporting their squad. Once again, this is the first round of the TAPS 2A D3 playoffs. So that is where we are. At halftime, we will have more on the bracket for you should we get to halftime. Score is increasing upwards every minute, it feels like, but we will hopefully have that for you. And then maybe some stats also at halftime as well. Weather-wise, looks like it's about 72 degrees here at Paul Tyson Field under the lights. A nice breeze. Jake, this is like the good time of the year weather-wise for football before it gets too cold, and it's just a great atmosphere out here.
Yeah, Wicko's in kind of a sweet spot. Once it gets dark outside, it feels nice and cool. But there were some games last year where once it got dark or if it was wet, it was pretty brutal. But I think this is the perfect time for football.
Yeah, it is. Here's a squib kick for Matthew, and it's fielded for Kingdom Prep as they will go to the turf with it at the 25. A big drive here coming up for Kingdom Prep, trying to respond here to the Knights here with 6:46 to go in the second quarter. If they want to make this game past halftime, probably need a lengthier drive here. Even if it doesn't end in a score, you probably want to take some time off that clock. Obviously, they do want to end in a score. The Knights defense trying to hold him here as they will go out there on defense. Kingdom Prep on offense. Snap back. Here goes Farmer twisting. Now, quarterback fires, lets it go incomplete, out of bounds, and it brings up second down and 15. Something these quarterbacks are doing that we haven't seen a whole lot of quarterbacks do this year is just throw the ball away whenever there's something that's not there. And I think that's interesting because, I mean, a lot of quarterbacks will try to force something over the middle of the field. I mean, there it looked like he maybe had a check down option over the middle of the field, but elected not to take it. But you got to wonder at some point they may have to start forcing that if they start to trail by more. So second and 15 from their own 25. And this is Farmer. Farmer in the pocket. It's collapsing. James in there trying to get the sack. Duke comes in, and now he goes down about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, and it brings up third down and 16. Another sack there for the Knights as they are piling those up. Knights doing a really good job of getting into the backfield, blitzing heavy pressure, and you see that today. You wonder if we'll see that more throughout the year for the Knights. We'll see if continuing on in the playoffs, if they win this one, if they'll continue to employ that pressure, because we really haven't seen them bring more than two at a time this year. But the three-man look has been good today. It's been effective. Just out rushing Kingdom Prep. Obviously, they've usually only got two blockers in there, so you've got to wonder if they'll pull a third blocker in. But ultimately, then that leaves them disadvantaged receiver-wise. So a dilemma here for the Warriors. Here's the pitch. It is near side. Duke runs the ball, carry out of bounds. Riddle had the carry. Limited gain there. Not close to the line to gain. Not close to the first down at midfield. But he does get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's about a 2-yard gain there on the toss play. And it brings up fourth down here with 5:32 on the clock here in the first half. Good game so far for the Knights on defense. The offense has scored, it has been, it looks like 4 touchdowns so far, as Duke had a rushing touchdown earlier, and then Bennett with 3 receiving touchdowns, Bear with 3 passing touchdowns for the Knights. I want to say thanks for tuning in here on this Friday night, as now I've got whistles, and it looks like a timeout here. Looks like maybe Kingdom Prep took it, but with 5:32 to go, we have a timeout on the field. And Jake, obviously you played last year. Can you give us some insight on what the playoff vibe is like? Obviously didn't have a home game last year, but what's the playoff vibe like down there on the field?
I think extremely exciting, but it's also just so different from the regular season game. Once you kind of get in a groove, it's like, all right, this is the next game, then the next game, the next game. Once you hit the playoffs, it's kind of like the edge, the moment where losing means you're going home, and I think that was most exemplified in the Longview game where we went to overtime because that really stretched the offense and the defense staff to keep it really close. It was an incredibly exciting game, but it was very scary. And it almost sent Valor home, but we were able to push through and make it just a little bit further on the playoffs. And, of course, that last game was kind of the deciding factor, and that one was the oddest one of all because it's the end of the season, so it's kind of like it's an all-over feeling.
Yeah, that was a great game. The archive is on YouTube if you want to go back and listen to it. Play action, quarterback has it. Now the pressure comes. He will try to get it out, but is unable to. He is sacked on 4th down. Cannon in there, James in there, and that will mean it's a turnover on downs. Originally 8-6 at the end of one, I believe it was. It was either 8-6 or 14-6. But did not appear to be heading towards the kind of game that would get 45 at halftime. But now a 32-6 lead. Knights take over inside the red zone here at the 18. It's starting to creep up that way, and you wonder what we'll see the Knights do here. Be aggressive, try to push that, and try to close this one out. Kingdom Preps, I mean, they're good, but obviously Knights have been the best team in TAPS D3 all year. Back shoulder fade, Connor, one-handed. Oh, and they say it's incomplete. Oh, you got to give that to him. Connor with the one-handed attempt. Looked like he may have gotten a toe down. Unfortunately, we do not have any instant replay here at the 6-man level, but my goodness, what a throw.
What a catch.
What a throw and a catch. Bear put that right on the back shoulder of Connor. Just a go route down the near side, incomplete. What a one-handed grab by Connor, though. Nearly got it. They don't credit him. Just go back to him here. Score here.
They're going to do it again. He's going to try and do it again.
Bear rolls out. Here's Duke over the middle. Duke splits 2 defenders and is bottled up just shy of the goal line, though. That's a first down near the 2-yard line. Duke with the catch and a run for a substantial yardage. About 15 there on the grab. Down to the 1-yard line. Here we go. Knights going tempo. We'll see if they hand it off here. Duke in motion. And it's a handoff. This is James at the line. Oh, good stop there by Kingdom Prep as they're able to stop James Hoagland at the line to gain there. He is short of the end zone. Want to shout out Mr. Hoagland up down there on the PA, doing a good job here for this Knights squad. Bear, looks like the Knights will go empty here. You may see Duke on a jet sweep. Bear, snap, rolls, fires. Duke on a zig. Oh, incomplete. Good coverage there. Max Cruz, the junior, able to knock that ball out. Cruz has been good, has a touchdown, has had some good defensive plays so far in this one. And just like that, had 1st and goal at about the 1-yard line, but the Knights here on 3rd down and goal. We'll see if they go back to the run or the pass. We'll see what they do.
I think if they can make a score here, that's going to put it really close to being done at halftime.
Indeed.
Incomplete.
Incomplete to Connor. This is really good coverage by Kingdom Prep. Jacob Farmer, Max Cruz celebrating on the back end there, and Coach Bird will use his first timeout. So Kingdom Prep trying to get a stop here. Credit to them. 1st and goal on the 1, and they've made it 4th down and goal on the 1. Stopped James on a run, back-to-back incompletions. And 6-man, such a game of spacing. How can you stretch the field? Can you space the field? Knights will try to do that here on this 4th down. I would imagine you see a run here, knowing the strength that this Knights team has, but you never know. Passing attempts the last 2. We'll see what Coach Bird draws up in the huddle. But, man, 32-6, this could be a turning point. If Kingdom Prep wants to get back in this game, they desperately need a stop here. Knights desperately want to score as they try to extend this lead before half. We'll see what they're able to do here on this 4th down and goal. 4th and goal from the 1. I want to say thanks for tuning in. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick live with you from the press box here at Paul Tyson Field. And we will see what the Knights are able to do. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, Knights 4th and goal from the 1. They have a 32-6 lead with 4:23 on the clock. Second quarter remaining. Duke motions out. Farrell take the snap. He's going to roll. Looking to throw. It is caught. James Hoagland at the pylon. Touchdown. That's a risky play there, as it was a tight window for Bear to throw it into. But James does get the catch, and the Knights get the touchdown there as James checks in with his first touchdown of the evening.
And on this, I think Valor's going to be 2 scores away from putting it away, probably going into the second half. But it looks like this game might be wrapping up sooner than we thought, especially off that first drive, that first quarter, really.
Yeah.
Where it was looking a little bit closer.
Yeah, that first quarter, 8-6, was not what we thought. It was either a fake or a bad snap, but the Knights are going to get 1 off of it. Intended to kick it, but they're going to say no good on the pass as the holder, James Hoagland, took it, tried to fire complete. One official looked like he said complete. The other looked like he said incomplete. Looks like they will not give him the points. So 38-6 is the score, so the 2-point try, or I guess it's the 1-point try, is no good for the Knights. So 38-6 is the lead, and it appears, let's see, some quick math. If the Knights were able to kick it following the touchdown, it would indeed be a one score away from reaching 45, 2 scores away from getting a 45-point lead for the Knights, as Kingdom Prep has put 6 up on the board. The first 6 of the game were for Kingdom Prep. Knights have put up 38 straight unanswered. Jake, what have you seen from this Knights defense rallying from that early deficit?
I think the immense pressure they've had in the backfield. The quarterbacks have hardly been able to go anywhere. I mean, I think you have a stat sheet of how many sacks they have tonight alone. Is insane. And I think they're going to continue that. We'll see if Kingdom Prep's going to be able to learn from that, going into this a little bit of a fresh start, coming off a longer drive. I think they're ready to come and try and really get out of the pocket with their quarterback, make sure that he's not getting just sacked over and over and over again like he has been for the past quarter.
Yeah, something like 5 sacks for the Knights. They're about on the night. They've done a really good job getting to the quarterback, like Jake said. They've just been good. They've been good at that all night here so far. Here's Matthew. Kick is up in the air. It's a short one, and it's fielded by the Kingdom Prep Warriors. Fielded at about the 28-yard line, and that's where they will take over in their own territory, looking to go down and get a score. 4:15 on the clock. Knights 2 scores away from potentially 45ing the Kingdom Prep Warriors at halftime here in this round 1 playoff game here for Valor. Quarterback stomps his foot, man in motion, drops back. This is the quarterback finding his man complete. Hogan Riddle gets the catch, and Riddle to the 35. Dropped there. Flag did come out near side backfield, so we'll see what it is, as pass was complete for about 8 from Jacob Farmer to Hogan Riddle, but we'll see what the penalty here is. Have not signaled anything yet as we await the ruling here. Officials still talking at the 30-yard line. Want to say thanks to our officials while we get the chance. Grateful for them to come out down here, and not an easy job, but they've done it well for the most part. But we are thankful for them and for their officiating of this contest. Flag on the play. We are awaiting the ruling here from our head official. Has not signaled anything yet. Looks like
back, forward. Where's he going?
Yeah, not sure. Ball was initially spotted on the 35 following the pass, but now it looks like they will back it up. Oh, no, they're just going back to the original line.
Forward.
Looks like maybe offsides on the Knights. I don't know, because looks like they moved it about 5. So, looks like it'll be first down and 10 now following the play. So, Knights will be on defense here on first down and 10 following the short penalty. Here's a pass complete. It's a first down and more for Kingdom Prep. Maybe one of their bigger plays of the game. Pass complete to Hutch Overton. First down, Kingdom Prep. That's what I feel like we might see more of from them. Just quick dump offs. If the Knights keep sending pressure, if they just leak out that running back, that center, and if they can get it off, that may be a play that we see more than once here in this game.
I think Valor's probably going to have to maybe not rest, but lay off the three-man rush for a little bit because these guys are getting open. There's another open man.
Here's a deep shot. Oh, boy, in stride to number 4. That was a good play. I mean, you got to give them props to that. A deep post route. Max Cruz touchdown for Kingdom Prep. That was just a dime from Jacob Farmer there, his second passing touchdown of the game. Max Cruz, his second receiving touchdown of the game. And, I mean, that was Knights brought 3, like we said. They've been bringing pressure. And right as Jake was talking about it, they hit the Knights over the top there. We'll see if that scares off the blitz here or if Coach Bird says, no, it's been working all day. We'll just keep going with it. But a great play there from Kingdom Prep moves the lead to 38-12. Here's the kick. It leaks out left, and it is no good. So now 0 of 2 is Pendergrass. Although now we have whistles. Looks like a flag on the play. I want to shout out Drew McCormick here in the booth, providing some insight there. Neither me nor Jake saw the flag, so credit to Drew for that. And looks like it's on the Knights, so looks like we'll have a re-kick here for Kingdom Prep. 38-12 the score. Valor has the lead. 3:41 to play here in the first half, and that's a big touchdown for Kingdom Prep. Likely eliminates the possibility of the 45 mercy rule in the first half as the kick again sails left. No good. And so he is now 0 of 2. Pendergrass is on PATs that are worth 2 points. So has not converted any of those. And with 3:41 to play here in the second quarter, as they approach halftime, This is a drive that we'll see what the Knights do. If they try to burn some clock, go into halftime with a big lead, or if they just try to keep the foot on the accelerator, keep throwing the ball downfield. That was a good drive from Kingdom Prep. Saw him hit the Knights over the top with a post route on the pressure. So we'll see if this game does get to halftime. We'll see if the Knights adjust anything, if they adjust the pressure, if they adjust the defensive alignment. But so far the offense has pretty much been working since the first drive. The defense has been good throughout the night as well. Probably not the defense's best night overall recently, but it's the playoffs. So you're not always going to have your best night, but especially in the playoffs, it's all about can you battle through it. Want to shout out all the fans here who made the drive down from Lubbock to support Kingdom Prep. A good contingent over here. That's better than most of the away teams' crowds that we have. So shout out to them. Lubbock's a long way away. And then a really nice Valor crowd. The parents and the grandparents have showed out as now Duke touches the football on the kickoff but dives on it quickly. It's nearly disaster for the Knights, but he does recover. And then some students showing out as well. A decent student crowd as well as they line the railing down there in front. At the front of the stands. Knights offensive unit getting set to head on out there for Valor. See Bennett, Aiden, James, Connor, Duke, and Bear for Valor. 38-12 the score. 3:41 to go in the first half. Knights hold the lead. Here's Bear, slings it. James Hoagland, catch near side. Gets a block, steamrolls a man, and is dragged across the first down marker for about 15 yards right at the line to gain, but he moves the chains of our first down there. Great play there, just a quick screen pass to James Hoagland.
Yeah, he did a great job powering through those tackles. I think he ended up getting past a few guys, really be able to take him down.
Play action, Bear's going to go deep to Connor. Oh, and he overthrew him. Yep, Knights had him on the backside of the defense, but the pass is incomplete. Bear just a tad too far there on the throw, but Knights have taken shots all game there on offense, and see Connor sub out after that one. And Matthew Schlappy in there looks like at receiver. He's been a really underrated cog of this team. He's filled in at safety for Parker Jones. He's pretty much the first receiver off the bench. He's done a really good job. Here's Bennett Herman, and the pass is incomplete. Bear hit him in the hands. Would have had the first down and more, but it looked like he kind of started to run with it before he had it. Ultimately bobbled it. Could have been an interception off the bobble, but it falls to the turf, incomplete. And just like that, it's 3rd down and 15. So Kingdom Prep has a little bit of the momentum right now, following a big touchdown play, trying to get a stop on defense. Knights have open receivers, just need to haul in the ball and secure it for catches. Here we go. Bear on 3rd down. Tries to catch the defense off sides. They do not jump on the clap. And with 3:19 to go, Coach Bird will use his 2nd timeout of the game. I want to say thanks for tuning in here. May experience a little bit of buffering throughout the evening, but that is part of the technical side of things. But we appreciate you being with us, and it's been a good game so far. 38-12. It's kind of been an odd game. Seen a lot of penalties. We've seen some big plays, some longer drives. 8-6 at the end of the first quarter. Kind of been one of the odder games so far this year, but I would ultimately say these are the best temperatures we've had, one of the best atmospheres all season for the Knights. Yeah, Jake, what do you think? Is it different being up here in the booth this year for the playoffs?
I think so. I think I'm having some fun up here commentating. It's been really great. I think going into the playoffs will be really interesting to see how the Knights continue to perform. Obviously, this team is ranked much lower than Valor is, and so in the playoffs, if Valor is going to come with the mentality of let's try and beat them like we do in season, I'm interested to see what kind of adversity they're going to find and if they're going to be able to push through like they're doing right now.
Yep, James Hogan on the catch, 1st down and more, and he'll go to the end zone untouched on the screen pass over the middle. James Hoagland with the touchdown, his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Bear checks in with passing touchdown number 5, and the Knights continue to pile on points here as the score is now 44-12. So a 32-point advantage now for the Knights as the 2-point kick try is pending with about 3:10 to go in the second quarter. Knights trying to get to that 45-point lead before halftime as the kick is blocked and falls to the turf. No good. But it kind of looks like they're going to fall just short of that. But ultimately, halftime, it could provide a reset for both teams. We'll see if either team makes an adjustment. Kingdom Prep's last drive was much better than their few previously. Ever since the Knights have started bringing pressure, it really confused the quarterbacks for the Warriors. But now it seems like they maybe hit a groove. We'll see if they come out here again with a deep shot. We'll see what they do with just over 3 minutes to play here in the half. Valor comes into this game ranked 17th in Texas, according to Max Preps. They are ranked 38th in Texas, according to sixmanfootball.com, so a top 40 team in the state in 6-man in both categories. So some well-deserved recognition there. Once again, I mentioned earlier, the winner of this game will play the winner of Amarillo San Jacinto and Greenville Christian. So that game, we will let you know if we have any updates from that game, but the winner of this game plays the winner of that game. Here's a kick. This one deeper for Matthew. It bounces, fielded by the return man, and we've got whistles now. So it looks like either a flag or a fair catch. Looks like a fair catch, maybe, called.
I didn't see a hand signal, though.
Yeah. Did not either. Let's see. Looks like they will rule it was a fair catch. So it looks like they will rule that it was a fair catch indeed. So here we go. With 3 minutes to play, it will be the Knights on defense, and it will be the Warriors on offense as they look to extend a the Knights are looking to extend their lead rather on defense, trying to get a takeaway. The Warriors trying to just chip away at that Valor lead. 44-12 is the score. Knights hold the lead over the Warriors.
I think this next defensive drive is going to be big for Valor. If they can make a stop here and then convert, that's going to put them in a Kingdom Prep in a sticky situation, back in that 45 range, mercy rule. That's going to put them in a tricky spot.
Yep, indeed it will. So it looks like if you couldn't hear Mr. Hoagland there on the PA, it appears that there was a penalty on the Knights. Not exactly sure what. Maybe a sideline infraction, something of that nature, but a penalty on the Knights. Here's pass. It is gotten out, complete. First down and more before the receiver runs out of bounds. Lincoln Riddle with the catch and a lot more. That's another quick pass there, getting it out on these drag routes, these slants here for Kingdom Prep, and I think that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to get it, and they're going to have to run, and they're just going to have to see if the Knights can run with them here. Following the first down into Knights territory, as they'll mark it at about the 26-yard line, is where they will spot it. It appears that the playoff game that we were mentioning earlier, Greenville Christian, San Jacinto Christian, will be tomorrow. If Max Preps is right, we will also check sixmanfootball.com in a minute. But that may be when that game is. Here's a pass over the middle. Oh, nice completion, touchdown. Kingdom Prep, they're starting to find a groove in the passing game. Lincoln Riddle with another catch, his first touchdown of the ball game. And Jacob Farmer, I believe, the quarterback there, with his third passing touchdown of the game. And, man, 44-18, Jake, really looks like Kingdom Prep starting to figure out how to throw the ball here.
Yeah, I think that was an outlier of play because there was a great defense there. It just slipped right past them. But I think that blitz paired with the dump-offs, and there's always consistently just been an open man in about the midfield, I'd say. Always waiting for that catch there, and he's been able to be really shifty.
Yep, kick is good. So that is David Pendergrass's first made kick of the day, as he is now 1 of 3 on PATs. And with 2:46 to go here in the first half, this game is not over by any stretch. A 24-point lead for the Knights, a 3-score lead, but man, leads like that, if you make a couple of mistakes, can evaporate. I believe there were 2 playoff games last year where the Knights were down or it was a close game. And then about this time of the game, they kind of separated, started to pull away, and so we'll see if they're able to do that right before halftime. This second quarter, my goodness, it's been a long one. Yep. First quarter felt like it went by pretty fast, 8-6, I believe. It's either 8-6 or 14-6, one of the two at the end of the first quarter. Very low scoring for 6-man at the time, but now it's started to get back up towards what we're accustomed to seeing. So 44-20, Valor holds the lead over Kingdom Prep here as Knights get set to kick it away. Once again, playoff game. This is the first round of the TAPS 2A D3 6-man playoffs. So a really good contest here at Paul Tyson. First home game the Knights have been able to host, and we will see what they're able to do. Here's a squib kick on the ground. Duke picks it up. He wants to return. A shifty return man, but he is tackled. A good tackle there at about the 30-yard line for Kingdom Prep, and they bring him down. Right about the 30. It'll set up 1st and 15 for Valor as they look to extend this lead. Jake, what do you think we'll see here before the half?
I think we're going to see some quick, explosive plays from Coach Bird. He's going to draw up a lot of stuff, bring them over the sideline, making sure they know what they're doing so they can get those quick scores, so they can finish strong and really make sure that this game keeps a separated score and nothing risky happens.
Yep, here's Bear. Play action. Comes back to Duke. Duke with the catch. Far side. Gets a hole. He runs through it on the screen pass, and he will take it to the house. Duke all the way for 6 for the Knights on the pass completion there. Just a short pass, and Duke took it the distance. A rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown now on the day for Duke, as Bear is up to 6 passing touchdowns now on the game. And we will see if Matthew's able to add 2 more here. But the lead up to 50-20, a 30-point advantage for the Knights now over the Kingdom Prep Warriors from Lubbock. Here's the snap, hold, and the kick is good. So it adds 2 more to the lead, 52-20. Now a 32-point advantage for the Knights with 2.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter, and this has been a long second quarter.
For sure.
It's been back and forth, a lot of scoring. Knights have the big lead currently, but Kingdom Prep getting the football back. They'll have a chance to cut that deficit again down to 24, and then we'll see if they are able to do so. Here we go, 2:29 to play as the kickoff unit gets ready to kick. Knights wearing white helmets with blue tops, white pants. Kingdom Prep wearing navy blue helmets, navy blue pants, but white jerseys. The helmets do have a bit of a gold chrome tint to them for the logo, although they are primarily navy. They are primarily navy there on the helmets. Matthew tees it up, and he is getting set to kick it away.
I'm going to predict an onside kick.
Sounds like a good bet. Ooh, he punches it. Here we go. A line drive that's fielded actually on the ground there by number 1, Hogan Riddle, and he's slung to the ground. See Rhodes Horner, Cannon Smith in there on special teams down near the 12. So that's what we've seen with Matthew. Very unpredictable. Coach will, I should say the coaching staff is pretty unpredictable. Matthew can squib it. He can kick it deep in the air. He can kick it deep on a line drive, which is what we saw there. He's really improved this year too. Former soccer player, that background translating into kicking footballs now for the Valor Knights. Here we go. 1st and 15 with 2:23 on the clock here for Kingdom Prep. They're on offense, 1st and 15. Here's a pass, complete. Riddle on the catch, and he runs out of bounds for about 6 yards there on the play. Now down to 2:17 in the second quarter here with about 2 minutes to play. Knights hold a 32-point lead. Second down and about 10 upcoming following the 5-yard gain on first down. Kingdom Prep trying to chip away at this lead here as we will see if they try to go deep with a shot, if they try to go short with it, and then try to run with it, as we do see a short pass here, complete up the sideline, and it looks like a first down, and it is.
Gonna give it to him. Yeah,
Max Cruz with a catch. He's been the favorite target for Jacob Farmer so far throughout, as it's a first down for Kingdom Prep. Their faithful applaud here in this one.
That's a really good crowd for Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, they've had a good contingent. This might be the biggest visiting crowd we've seen this year.
And the furthest team that's come to play us.
Yeah, I guess the playoffs brings out maybe some more people, but yeah, Lubbock, Texas. We had to go to Wichita Falls last year, and that's closer than Lubbock, so
Yeah.
that's a long drive. Here's a pass. It is complete to number 1, and Bennett Herman tackles him in the backfield for a loss, and that will take us down to 2 minutes, where we will have the 2-minute timeout is what we will call it. It is looks like Coach Bird using his final timeout as a 2-minute warning of sorts, with just under 2 minutes to go. We'll step aside for a few moments. Don't go anywhere. 52-20. This is Knights football. Back with the final 2 minutes of this first half. It is a 52-20 lead with 1:57 to play here in the first half. The second quarter here for the Knights. They're on defense currently, as it is going to be 2nd down and about 15 upcoming for Kingdom Prep from Lubbock, Texas. Their faithful traveled a long way. They traveled a long way here for this first-round playoff game. They've done a good job here. Here's a deep pass, first down complete, as that is Jude Crutchfield, the freshman, out of bounds for a first down. And another shot. That was just a quick go route, and the quarterback found his man for a first down.
I think the DBs have just been a little less explosive. They just haven't had the same touch that they did earlier the second quarter, and at the end of the first quarter. They were really able to lock up the other targets. It seems they got every play, just one guy manages to slip right past them.
Yep, here's the snap back to the quarterback. Now pressure, he'll dump it off over the middle. Contested catch, or rather they say incomplete. Nearly a nice catch by Max Cruz, as it falls incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 15 here. As looking at some scores here from around the Waco area. Allen Academy and Bracken Christian in action right now. Bracken Christian leading that one 29-12. We'll see if that is a playoff game. I believe it is. Knights played Allen Academy earlier in the year, and they did beat them. So we will see what that is, but that's a game happening right now. A bunch of UIL games happening right now with some bigger schools. China Spring in action as well. Here's a pass complete, far side, and running, and good yardage there for Hutch Overton. Runs out about 3 to 4 yards shy of the first down, and with 1:35 to play, it'll be 3rd down and about 3 upcoming for Kingdom Prep. Big 3rd down for this Knights defense. They look to get a stop. We'll say, Jake, press box here at Paul Tyson. A lot less bugs here tonight than we had at Riker. Had to kill a wasp the other night. May he rest in peace. But
he was mean.
Yeah, he was not happy about being evicted. We will say that. Here's a pass incomplete over the head of Jude Crutchfield as it falls to the turf, incomplete, and it brings up 4th down and about 3 upcoming here. Mr. Hogan getting this crowd hyped here. 4th down and about 3 yards. Big 4th down for Kingdom Prep here with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Say thanks for tuning in here. Jake McCormick, Ben Brown with you live here from Paul Tyson Field. And we are happy to have you here on this Friday night. Decent Valor turnout here, and the turnout for Kingdom Prep from Lubbock also has been good, and so they've traveled a long ways to watch their squad compete. Here we go, 4th down. Quarterback drops back, pressured. He is going to sling it over the middle. Nice pass. Just a line drive sling there from Jacob Farmer, complete to Lincoln Riddle for a first down, and he is inside the 5. And it'll set up 1st and goal here for Kingdom Prep. 1:23 to go as Valor has a 32-point lead. Clock will run now following the pass inbounds. Here's Farmer, takes the snap. Pressured immediately, Cannon Smith in there. And, ball comes out. It is either a fumble or an incompletion.
Looks like there's a flag.
Yeah, ref right there by the potential sack, whatever it is, dropped a flag. Not sure what it is. We will see here. Looks like, let's see, what are they going to say? Looks like they backed him up. So maybe false start, something of that nature. Not exactly sure. Could have been holding, could have been an illegal block. Looks like they were backed up about 5 yards maybe though. So to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 7 rather than the 2. And with 1:10 to play, Kingdom Prep has the football, trying to score before halftime. Knights trying to get the football back either via stop or a score. Here's a pass right side, incomplete from Jacob Farmer. Hogan Riddle unable to haul it in. That was a 3-4-man pressure there from the Knights. Coach Bird continuing to bring that pressure there as the Knights have been aggressive, and so we'll see what Coach elects to do here. Obviously, Coach Bird getting that midseason award from Dave Campbell's Texas Football for midseason private school Coach of the Year. Really glad to see him get some recognition there, and so just glad to see this Valor team finally getting recognized for all the hard work they've put in. Here's a pass, complete, and it's a touchdown. Moses Barley in coverage. Wanted a flag, and there is a flag on the play, so maybe an offensive pass interference, something of that nature. It's a touchdown pending the penalty, but there is a flag down, and we'll see what this is. Moses was not happy, wanted a flag, and we've got holding on the offense. So for all the penalties that the Knights have had that have helped Kingdom Prep, this time it's on Kingdom Prep, and that is the second penalty of this drive that will back them up. And we will replay third down. So third down, as now from about the 17-yard line, it'll be third down and goal here for Kingdom Prep. Big opportunity for them. Looked like they were about to punch it in, had a touchdown, but it is called back for the penalty. Here is the snap. He's going to fire. Airmails both of his targets. Had Lincoln Riddle wide open on the underneath route. Looked like he was taking the shot for Hogan Riddle over the top, but ultimately the pass went over everybody's head, and this is a big fourth down for the Knights here, Jake. Leading by 32. Seems unlikely we will get to a 45 before halftime, but still holding them to no score here, and then going out in the second half. That could be a big swing. Kingdom Prep got the ball second, I believe. I think Valor started with it. So they would get the ball to start the second half. If they were able to score here and then put another score on the board, that could be trouble. That could be trouble for the Knights. Now I've got whistles. Looks like Kingdom Prep will call a timeout here as they will talk this play over. Stay tuned. During halftime, we'll have some stats from this first half of action. We'll go over the playoff bracket, and then we might take a look at some UIL scores around the state. I believe those playoffs may be starting here tonight. But good first weekend of playoffs here, starting here on this Friday night. Round one of the TAPS 2A D3 playoffs. Kingdom Prep comes in at 7-3. Valor Prep comes in at 10-0. A sparkling undefeated record for the Valor Knights. They will look to extend that here tonight. I want to say thanks for tuning in throughout the night. Happy to have you, Jake McCormick, Ben Brown, live with you from Paul Tyson Field here on the campus of Waco High. Really nice field. Great weather here tonight. A little bit of a breeze. The flag rippling a little bit out there beyond the end zone, but not much. And just great conditions for football here on this evening. Here's a run. It's Riddle. Logan Riddle up the middle. Makes a cut. Makes another cut. Fourth down and goal, but he is short of the end zone. Nearly got the touchdown there, but the Knights defense holds strong, and they are able to force a turnover on down. So don't look now, but we might come back to that play. Obviously, Kingdom Prep gets the ball to start the second half. Should we get there, and that would mean that if they'd put a score there, if they were able to stop the Knights, then you could be looking at a much closer game coming out of halftime. But ultimately, instead, the Knights will have a chance to pad the lead here going into halftime. Up 32 right now, trying to extend it to 40 and set themselves up well for the second half.
This is going to be an important drive for them. Want it to be explosive, not turn over the ball, especially this close to the end zone. Looks like Seth's going to run it.
Yeah, Seth gets the carry far side, and not much happening, maybe a yard if that. So a yard if that for Seth, and it looks like the Knights may be content. It looks like he went out of bounds, so looks like they will not run the clock. It'll be here at 43 seconds to go in the half. Here's Bear, drops back, takes the snap, one-man pressure. He's got time. Bear drifts, fires downfield. Bennett, he got him in stride. Cruz trying to trace him down, and he does not. A touchdown. Bennett Herman with another one, his fourth of the game receiving-wise. Bear with his seventh passing touchdown of the evening, and the lead has swelled up to 58-20, a 38-point advantage now for the Valor Knights with 31 seconds to go in the half, and a great job there, hitting Bennett over the top.
Looks like Cruz is hurt.
Yeah, looks like he's walking off gingerly. He's been maybe one of their better players, if not their best so far here tonight. So kind of a shame to see that, but hope he's okay. Looks like maybe he can come back in later. We'll see here as Matthew gets set to kick it. Kick is good, so up and through. It's a 40-point lead now. If the Knights are able to onside it here, they could potentially get it back. If they recover, score a touchdown, that would do it for this one. Although we'll see if Kingdom Prep's able to recover. That would be big for them. So they need to recover this, presumably an onside kick. That's what we assume here in this one. As both units huddle up. Jake, we've seen a lot of big plays in this game. Has there been a best one all night? What do you think?
I think that little moment where Kingdom Prep kind of gained some momentum back, made it just a little bit closer from their only one-score lead in the first half. Getting those extra couple scores really put them in a good position to be a thorn in Valor's side and really just stick with them and keep going.
Indeed. Knights getting set to kick it here, presumably on-siding, trying to get this football back. Knights fans trying to rally this team, keep them energized. Good turnout from Kingdom Prep. We've mentioned that several times. Glad to see their fans out here. Great atmosphere for football here this evening. Matthew raises the right hand. Now gets set to kick. It is deep, actually, so they will not onside it. Interesting idea there as it's out the back of the end zone. Looks like the Knights will be content to take this one to halftime. Looks like they don't want to give Kingdom Prep any good starting field position here, and we'll see if Kingdom Prep's able to score before half. If not, it looks like it may be a 40-point lead at half for the Knights, but 30 seconds is enough time to score. You never know. Seeing a lot of big plays here in this game tonight.
And it's been a long, drawn-out quarter, so Kingdom Prep's going to get a couple more plays than you would think. With 30 seconds left, they're going to have a really good shot at this.
Yep, we'll see what they do. They've had several deep passes already tonight. Clearly have the potential there. We'll see if the Knights continue to blitz, because that's kind of where they've gotten burned on the deep plays. They've gotten to the quarterback, but here I don't think you need to necessarily blitz. Maybe you show blitz here and then back off. That's what they do. 3 men showing blitz. We'll see if they bring all 3. They bring 2 off the bounce, and James Hoagland gets there. Just around the edge for the sack. James brings him down in the backfield, and it looks like that will take us to the half, as it does not appear Kingdom Prep wants to run another play, risk turning it over and ending this football game here. So looks like the Knights will go into halftime with a 40-point lead. As we trickle inside of 5 seconds, we will hit halftime. The score, 60 for Valor, 20 for Kingdom Prep. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned throughout halftime. We'll have some stats. We'll look at the bracket for the playoffs here, and we may take a look at some UIL playoff scores as well. All of that on the way following a short break. Once again, 60-20 at halftime the score. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Please welcome the Valor Knights cheerleaders.
Knights crowd giving it up for the cheerleaders out there on the field here with about 13 minutes left in halftime. Valor holds a 60-20 lead here at the break. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket for the Knights. This is the TAPS 6-man Division III bracket. So let's take a look at it. First round games tonight in action. Christ the King Cathedral takes on Annapolis Christian Academy. The winner of that game would play the winner of Azle Christian and Christian Heritage from last year. And Jake, I see Christian Heritage is playing at Trinidad tonight, which is where y'all played Christian Heritage last year in that thrilling overtime game. That's gonna be a good one. Christian Heritage, a good team. We played Azle. They've got some talent. So that'll be a good game. So the winner of that will play Christ the King Cathedral or Annapolis Christian Academy. And then it's our game, Valor Prep and Kingdom Prep. Obviously scored halftime 60-20. Knights have the edge right now. Winner of that plays the winner of San Jacinto Christian Academy and Greenville Christian. That game tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have an update on that tomorrow. Then it's down further into the bracket. Hill Country Christian takes on Holy Cross. Hill Country Christian, a baseball opponent for our baseball team this past spring. And then Holy Cross, we played Holy Cross last year.
First round.
Yep, and then the winner of that will play Faith Academy of Belleville or Divine Savior Academy. Those two teams battling it out for another spot. And then the last four teams in the TAPS D3 bracket are Founders Christian and Heritage Christian. I believe that game tonight, that's the best game in the district up until maybe the state game. Both of those teams ranked inside the top 70 here by Max Preps. And so that's a good game. Founders undefeated. Heritage Christian 2 losses. That'll be a good one. And the winner of that game will face Second Baptist University Model, who Valor played earlier in the season, or Brazosport Christian. So that's what the bracket looks like. Ultimately, if you're asking me, I would think that you may see a state game where it's either potentially Valor, and then maybe I'd probably pick Valor versus Founders or Valor versus Heritage Christian right now. Those seem to be the two or three best teams in the district. But man, Azle is scary. Christian Heritage is scary. Christ the King is scary. A lot of teams in this bracket that could upend your season, and it only takes one to send you home. So this week is first round. Next week will be quarterfinals, semifinals the next week, and then the final championship would be December 4th. I believe it's December 4th. Yeah, it's a Thursday here in Waco. That is what the bracket looks like for TAPS D3. Let's also take a look at some stats real quick from the first half. James with 2 receiving touchdowns. Bear, I believe, had 7 passing touchdowns in the first half. 4 of them to Bennett. He's done a really nice job so far tonight. Duke had another receiving touchdown, and he also had a rushing touchdown. So all in all, a really nice first half for the Knights. Had a lot of pressure on the quarterback. It all adds up to a 60-20 lead here at the break with just under 10 minutes left in the halftime period. We'll step aside once again. Knights hold a 40-point advantage. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Valor Football.
Las Vegas. Yeah. What's the score of the men then? 39? 39 what? Oh, okay. Yeah. Say what? That car, remember, he's going to be the best. I think he's going to be better than yesterday.
Back again here at halftime here on the campus of Waco High. Paul Tyson Field is home to the Waco High Lions. Valor going to use this field here for playoffs. And with 7.5 minutes to go in the halftime period, the Knights hold a 40-point lead over the Kingdom Prep Warriors. Some Waco teams in action around the state here. In action here tonight. I want to shout out my dad's alma mater, Cypress Falls, down in Houston, playing in the playoffs tonight. This is the UIL District 6A Division 1. So dad's alma mater, Cypress Falls, in action tonight down there in Houston. Also some powerhouses, Duncanville and Temple, colliding in the first round. Also Midway taking on Waxahachie in that game. And then also some other big schools down there. Cy-Fair in action, also from the Houston area, and then just a lot of UIL action right now. I mean, that's a competitive division, 6A D1. You see a lot of D1 talent from there, and those schools in action here. We'll see if we can get you some scores from some of those games. But Jake, what have you seen so far here tonight from the Knights here in this one so far?
I think defense has been a big part of this game. And I've seen some great defensive efforts by Valor. They did a great job of getting to the backfield and getting sacks. But at the same time, that blitz is kind of giving them up a few open looks. There's been a few targets who've just been slipping past that blitz for wide open dump. There's been some, not consistent, but there's been several big plays from the Kingdom Prep offense that have allowed them to stick with them. But I think Valor's also done a great job of really keeping with that score. I think they've only been stopped once tonight, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And they've done a really good job of just converting points, chipping away at the scoreboard, and also trying to lock in on defense and really keep them from scoring and keep them from going anywhere, especially coming up on this drive.
Yeah, second half, I believe it is Kingdom Prep who will get the ball first. Knights will look to get a stop there. So, yeah, it's going to be a competitive first couple drives out of it. We'll see if the Knights are able to finish it early. We will see. You mentioned some of those UIL scores. Midway trailing by 17, third quarter to Waxahachie in that one. So University High in action. They lead by 7 in the third quarter of their playoff game as well. I mentioned our game here, 52-20, or 60-20 rather. The Knights have the lead, and then China Spring in action right now. Don't have a score for that. And then at halftime, Robinson is up 11 in their playoff game as well. So great night of football here in action here on this first evening of the playoffs. TAPS, also UIL happening right now. I believe Teo may have started last week, but this is the time of year, Friday Night Lights. It's playoff time, and the Knights have been good so far in this one. They lead by 40 at halftime. Just about 4 minutes left in the halftime period. We'll step aside, and we will be right back in a couple of minutes with the second half. Don't go anywhere. Knights lead by 40. This is Valor Football. Back again with just about a minute to go in halftime. The coaching staffs have split with their huddles. Both teams getting set to take the field here for the second half. And so we'll see. We'll see what the Knights are able to do. They have a 60-20 lead here with about a minute left in halftime. Have a 40-point lead. I believe it is. They will have to go out on defense first with Kingdom Prep on offense. Jake, what do you want to see here going into the second half?
I think I want to see Valor really be able to finish through here. I think they've definitely asserted that they're the better team in this matchup, and so I think it'd be really cool for them to be able to push through and not have to deal with any extra drives. Just be able to really be strong in their finishes. But I also like to see some of the guys who don't get as much playing time get to hop in, especially since it's a 40-point lead. Even though the game can change fast, it's looking like the game is winding down. So I think it would be a really cool opportunity for some of the bench players to come in.
Yeah. We will see what Coach Bird elects to do. We will keep an eye on that throughout the second half. We'll see how long it goes. We've seen the Knights have a lot of 40, 45-point wins, or the first game of the year was very close, and then Jonesboro was close. But then really outside of those teams, Knights have really been able to pretty much handle everybody else, and we'll see if they continue to do that here tonight as Matthew gets set to kick it away. Want to say thanks for tuning in as we approach 2 hours on air. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick with you live from the press box here at Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High. Here, a nice field, nice atmosphere here on this Friday night. Matthew to kick it away. Short kick, fair catch signaled for and grabbed here at the 24-yard line. And so we will see if they're able to respond. Coming out of halftime, if Kingdom Prep wants to have a chance to win this game, you got to feel like they got to score here. I mean, they're kind of fighting at this point to keep the game going. And so we'll see if they're able to do anything on this drive. It's a big drive, and we will see if they can come up with a touchdown or if the Knights can get a stop. Shouted out Dad's High School here, alma mater in the playoffs. I believe we will shout out Mom's High School as well in Florida. Looks like they're in the Florida playoffs too. So both parents' alma maters here getting their high schools getting into the playoffs and doing well. So it looks like a playoff game there as we've got an incomplete pass here on first down for Kingdom Prep. Just wanted to shout out both of those schools. And just as a shout out to the parents, that's a fun way to do it. Didn't do it last year. We'll try to do it this year more. But we'll see. Here we go with second down and 15 following the incomplete pass. 9:57 to play, third quarter. But really, the clock's not the issue. It's the Knights looking to get a stop here and then a score. If they could do that, this game would end. As now I've got a timeout for Kingdom Prep here. As this Knights crowd trying to get these fans engaged and this team going here. We'll see what they're able to do. Jake, do you think we continue to see pressure here in the second half, or do you think the Knights kind of drop back and play some coverage?
I think you might see a mix of both, actually. I think that you're going to see a lot of pressure, but maybe from just a few less guys, maybe not as many another blitzing, so that way they can keep it safe from any big plays, because that's really what's going to hurt them here. Is a big play, but if they can really contain them to the backfield with a few guys and just make sure they're not going to go anywhere, I think they have a really good shot at holding them all the way through fourth down.
Yeah, agreed. We'll see what they're able to do here as out there on defense looks like Duke, James, Seth, Matthew, Luke, and Bennett. Those have kind of been the six guys that have been out there mainly all day. We've seen these edge rushers get a lot of pressure for the Knights here in this one, and we'll see if they're able to continue to do that. Here's a snap. Knights bring two. Quick pass is complete, and about 11 yards there on the completion brings up third down and short. Looks like we'll have third down and about 3 or 4 as Jude Crutchfield, the freshman, hauls in the pass from Jacob Farmer. And that will bring up 3rd down and about 5, actually. So not a very generous spot there for Kingdom Prep on the pass and the run there following it. 3rd down and about 5 for Kingdom Prep as the Knights dig in here and try to get a stop. We'll see if they are able to do so.
I think they're doing a really good job of that little slants route. I just noticed is that they kind of just keep popping the guy over the middle, see if you can get him open, and sometimes they'll get pressured down by the blitz, but most times that guy is open in that little slip spot. They've done a really good job with that.
Yep, here's a screen pass to the far side. Very close to the line to gain. It looked like he may have fallen across there. We'll see what the official ruling is. Pass complete to Hogan Riddle. And they'll say 4th down. So they'll say 4th down and 1 here. See Cannon Smith subbing in for Seth, getting a fresh body in there to rush the passer. And we'll see if they run the ball here, if they try to run it against the Knights, or if they try to throw it. Big play here upcoming with 8.5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Knights hold a 40-point lead, looking to get a stop and a score. The stop here on 4th down would likely be the biggest step in securing a win here if they could score a touchdown following, but need to get a stop first. 4th down and 1. Knights stack the line, show pressure, show like they're going to bring 4, only bring 2. It's a pass, dumped off over the middle, 1st down and more, as it is 25 outrunning the entire Knights secondary almost, but great effort to get him down. I believe that was Duke there. Or they'll credit Cannon with the tackle. So Cannon with the effort there, but it's a big play down there inside around the 10-yard line, and it brings up a 1st down and goal. It looks like upcoming here. And Jake, man, kind of seemed like they were out of it 4th down, and they have a big play.
Yeah, I think so. And I think on that last little tackle, even once he got past the 1st down, that extra yards came from I forgot who it was. One of the defensive players tried to strip at the ball, and he just couldn't hold on to the tackle after that, so he got some extra yards out of it.
Yeah, Jude Crutchfield, I believe, had the catch. A nice play from him. This is Farmer. He'll fire end zone, back of the end zone. Really good pass from Jacob Farmer, but it falls off the hands of his intended receiver in the back of the end zone. Moses Barley had coverage, and it is incomplete. I want to say thanks to all the coaches and the officials here for tonight's game. It would not be possible without them, and so want to shout all of them out here tonight as we get ready for 2nd down and goal from the 11-yard line here. See some more subs for the Knights. Cannon Smith in for Duke. It's just rotating bodies there to try and get some pressure here on this 2nd down. Here they're going to throw. Near side caught. And it is lunging for the end zone. Looks like he's out of bounds shy. Kind of fumbled the ball as he dove for the pylon. That was Lincoln Riddle trying to get there. Already has a receiving touchdown on the day. Was trying to make it one more, but falls out of bounds about 3 yards shy of the end zone. And it brings up 3rd down and goal from the 3. Knights trying to get a stop. Desperately want one if they're going to go down and try to end this game here in regulation with 7:39 to play in the 3rd. If you're new to 6-man football, the 45 points is the mercy rule in 6-man. And the Knights just trying to get to that threshold. Currently, they hold a 60-20 lead, a 40-point advantage. Here we go, 3rd down and 3. Knights trying to hold at the goal line. Snap back to the quarterback, fires. High pass hauled in, but he's not going anywhere. James Hoagland with the tackle there right at the line of scrimmage. They'll actually back it up about a yard. And it brings up 4th down here as the Knights get another opportunity to make a stop.
This is where we're going to see whether or not I'm blanking on the name.
Cruz?
No.
Farmer?
No.
Who are
Kingdom
Prep.
Kingdom Prep is going to be slippery or not. They've had a lot of really close 4th down plays. Done a really good job of being able to kind of slip through on those last little moments. So we'll see if Valor's going to be able to hold them here.
We will see Knights and Warriors battling it out at the goal line. Here's the snap back. Cannon with pressure, trying to bring the quarterback down. He couldn't do it. Fires incomplete. Oh, he had the touchdown. It was in the hands of Lincoln Riddle and fell to the turf. Incomplete. The Knights get the stop inside the 5, and now they've got an opportunity to go down, get a score, and win this game. Great defense there from Valor. Ultimately leads to the incompletion, and the Knights get the stop they desperately needed, and now they'll look to travel the length of the field for a touchdown. Knights come into this game ranked top 40 in Texas in six-man football by both sixmanfootball.com and MaxPreps rankings, as Bear fires off his back foot. Connor with the catch, and he is wrangled down, but about a 20-yard catch there for Connor across the 30-yard line for a first down, and the Knights continue to move the chains here as this crowd getting hyped here as the Knights try to go down, end this game with a score. They hold a 40-point lead currently. Bear into the tempo, drops back. First down, he's going to go deep. It's Connor again. Catch made, avoids one tackle. Stiff arms another. Flag out on the play. Maybe a face mask. Connor still trying to get out of an ankle tackle downfield, and he's bottled up inside the red zone, but we do have a flag back at midfield, and we will see what this amounts to.
Looked to be like there might have been a face mask, not on Connor, but towards Connor. I think that might be what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. It was it's back at midfield, so we'll see what they rule. A big play there, and it does appear that the penalty is not on the Knights, as they will walk towards the ball here. Let's see. Still don't think we've gotten a signal. Looks like official has the ball. Now looks like we may get a signal here soon. Official's still talking.
Taking a long time to give calls tonight.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Jake, you called it. So Jake saw live. It's a face mask, and that will march the Knights on down closer to the end zone as they look to try and punch it in.
This is the part where you really need to lock in. No silly mistakes. You're right on the coast. You can't get comfortable. You just got to play, hustle through.
Yep, here's Bear. Nearly fumbled the snap. Slant route. Connor also nearly bobbled the ball, but he hauls it in for the touchdown. And the Knights have won. 66-20 is the final score. A 46-point win for the Valor Knights. And they end the season of the Kingdom Prep Warriors from Lubbock. I want to congratulate Kingdom Prep on a great year reaching the playoffs, but the Knights end it here in the first round. So Valor advances. They will play the winner of San Jacinto Christian and Greenville Christian next weekend, likely Friday, likely in a neutral site. So we will bring you the broadcast of that one for sure. But the final score here in Waco, 66-20. It is time to hand out an MVP. Bear was really good today, but we'll give it to Bennett. 4 receiving touchdowns on the evening, and really in the first half, he kind of helped separate the Knights there when they needed it most. Jake, any final thoughts on this one as we wrap up?
I think Valor's going to be really excited going to this next game. They had a hard time coming out first quarter, but they really finished through in the second half. So I think they're going to be very excited to go into the next game. Was it San Jacinto and
Greenville, one of the two.
I think they're going to be excited whoever they play, and I think they're going to have a lot of energy, and I think they're going to do a good job of being refined and disciplined and really using all the improvements that we've seen across the year.
Yep, we will be with you next week, likely from a neutral site. We will get more details for you once we know the game tomorrow and when that goes final. Once again, 66-20 score tonight. The Valor